Alrighty, here we go. So, again, this is what happens when you don't put all the screws back in. So, comes right out. And goes down right there. Move the camera. Yeah, try not to make you sick, so I'm not moving too fast. So there's all the plugs in the back. So what I'm going to do is unplug them and then plug it in as if it were factory real quick, and then plug it back in. So if you can just hang out there. Ooh, sorry, for a second. Okay. Pull this all out. I'm doing this so that way you can kind of see everything that I've been doing. Hopefully you're catching that. That's in frame. Okay. Actually, I'm going to put these back in because for the purposes of what we're concerned about, this is the entirety of the T-harness. So when drawing the pictures and everything, you've pretty much just drawn these kind of 4 connectors right here. I'll kind of count that one separately just for the time being. Hopefully that's in frame where I'm holding that, yeah. Whereas this one, this is just for me for prototyping, so we'll just pretend that that doesn't exist. And then we've actually got the DSP unit right here. And then we've got, okay, so we'll pull out all the rest of the issues. All right, cool. So that's the remote. And then, okay. We're going to also pretend that this doesn't exist, that it's only this USB going in. What I did is I've got this rigged up because of prototyping for being able to hook in the phone to change the configuration on the DSP. So for the drawing, this is just going to, the Sky unit right here is just going to USB straight into this. And I think that's how you've drawn it. So I just want to clear that up while we're here. So we'll pretend that that's not like that. Put that back down there. So, okay. So when this comes out in its stock form, this is how, and again, try not to make you sick. Okay. So it is going to be this bottom connector right here. And we are going to unplug that. So I'll unplug that real quick and then I'll bring you back over. Okay. So now, this is the vehicle connector, and then this is the head unit connector. We will take our T-harness and plug the head unit side in to the head unit, and then the vehicle side into the vehicle connector, And then I should be able now to put you back here because you should be able to see everything. Apologize. Oh, yeah, okay, that looks good. Okay. And then, so, got the DSP. Yep, you can see that. And we're going to plug the DSP side of the T-harness in. There we go. That is for the remote. Okay. And then we've got the infrared remote wire that plugs in. And we will just hold that off to the side for right now. And then we have the ska power that plugs in. And again, we're kind of going to ignore the fact that I'm using a Y connector here. So just pretend that it's this guy plugging directly in. So that's for the ska power connection. So the ska powers up. And then for the ska signal, we're plugging these RCA cables into the unit there. And that is literally everything that gets plugged into the DSP. And then it gets placed inside the dash with the wiring harness kind of smoothed out down there. Everything's gonna kind of massage down there. There we go. And then we'll first do the ska unit. It is going to be placed up here near the vents. And the reason for that is for the best transmission. So you actually want them to be in the vents. So the vents will actually separate out and you'll put them there. And then you're going to do the same thing again with this infrared remote sensor. It too is also going to get tucked back here. And then placed in between the vent assembly. There we go. And the ducting. Do for the sake of the video and the sake of time, because I'm sure watching me struggle, that's not exactly what you want me to do on a Friday night. And then reinstall the head unit. So that is it, man. Again, my apologies. My government falling apart kind of made things take a weird turn. Anyway, thanks, man. Appreciate it.